afternoon. My name is Kathleen Markey. I'm Director of Marketing for the Irrigation Association. I'm actually going to turn you on over to the chair of our Smart Irrigation Month Committee, Derek Wright of The Source. Derek, I'm turning it over to you, and it's all yours. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thanks, Kathleen, and thanks for joining us today. We hope in the next hour that we can convey to you the excitement we have towards the Irrigation Association Smart Irrigation Month campaign. Our items on the agenda are, first off, how to run a winning campaign. So the focus of this conversation over the next hour will be the things that you can do to run a successful campaign. So rough agenda will be this. We're going to have 3 people who have won the contest in the past. Each one of them will share the impact of what Smart Irrigation Month has done for them and their organizations, and the success that it created within their own organization. So we have a distributor, CPS Distributors, Lowell Kaufhold, who won the campaign last year. Then next we have a contractor, Valley Crest Landscape, Richard Restucia, who's the Director of Water Management Solutions. And then last would be the manufacturer, the Toro Company, and we have Mike Barron. So each one of them will talk about what they've done to run a successful campaign and the impact that it had within their organization. Next thing we're going to talk a little bit about is getting your state to declare July as Smart Irrigation Month. One of the things that we have found that can create a lot of awareness within each one of our states, and thereby also the water agencies and those that manage water, is to have your state declare July as Smart Irrigation Month. And then last is we're going to review the resources that the Irrigation Association has available to each of you to use in a variety of formats. Okay. So what is Smart Irrigation Month, you might ask? So Smart Irrigation Month is a public relations campaign led by the Irrigation Association to promote water-efficient irrigation products, practices, and services. Smart Irrigation Month is a platform for all of us to promote water use efficiency. And we believe this is an initiative that is good for you, for your business, and the industry and our environment. Okay? Why is this campaign important? So there is an ever-increasing need for us to better protect the resource we call water, and greater efficiencies are possible with smart irrigation in the following ways. So for example, in the way we design, install, operate, and maintain our irrigation systems. Smart Irrigation Month promotes the adoption of new technologies. So for example, in ag irrigation, we may be able to maintain the ability or to produce crops with maximum quality, yield, and profits while lowering labor costs. The next thing, with landscape irrigation, we can enhance the property value and also the quality of life. Smart Irrigation Month supports the Irrigation Association's mission to promote efficient irrigation technologies, products, and services. Next. So you might ask, why July? July is a peak water use month that warrants heightened attention. People think more about irrigation in the summertime. And of all the months in the year, July is the time when we use the most water. So it's a good time for us to demonstrate our stewardship towards that resource. And the last is it provides a focused window to bring attention to our industry's efforts to improve agriculture, landscape, water use efficiency. Okay, what are some of the Smart Irrigation Month's objectives? So first off is to educate homeowners, businesses, growers, producers, and other users about the benefits of efficient irrigation. Next would be to encourage industry firms and professionals to promote smart irrigation practices and technologies to customers. Then we want to grow demand for efficient irrigation technologies, products, and services. And then we want to enlist the help of water providers to minimize peak water use and reduce demands on the infrastructure in their communities. And then we believe all of us can reinforce the role that efficient irrigation plays in providing real solutions to today's water challenges. Okay? Here are some of the benefits of participating in Smart Irrigation Month. First, you become part of the solution to today's water use challenges. This provides us with an opportunity to position your business, your company, or your operation as a good water steward and an industry leader. It provides you with a value-add positioning and differentiation for your organization to better market the skills and the characteristics and traits that your company has that sets you apart from your competition. This helps you build and improve customer relationships by engaging irrigators and others on how they can increase crop yield if you're in an agriculture application, or save money in water if you're in a landscape application, while still practicing good water management. As a result, this helps you and your business to grow. So with regards to recognition, the Irrigation Association provides many ways in which they highlight those who are Smart Irrigation Month winners. So there's a Smart Idea Gallery at the Irrigation Association annual trade show. There's a gallery of the ideas that have been used by contractors, municipalities, government agencies, distributors, and manufacturers. They announce it in the Irrigation Annual Trade Show General Session. There's press releases to the industry and media. Also, in the past 2 years, we have recognized those who have won the contest with a YouTube video. Each one has had a YouTube video developed for their company in which we can share that message on YouTube. And then the IA sends out in its newsletter, the IA Times, as well as other recognition on the IA website with regards to those who have won the contest. So these are some of the ways that the Irrigation Association recognizes the winners of the Smart Irrigation Month contest. So, how to get started? We're next going to hear from 3 of the past winners of Smart Irrigation Month. I think you'll enjoy hearing from them what they did. It's fascinating to see some of the things that have been accomplished by Irrigation Association members. First up is Lowell Koffel. Lowell is the president of CPS Distributors, located in Denver, Colorado. And Lowell's going to share with us what they have done to promote, as a distributor, Smart Irrigation Month. Take it away, Lowell.
Well, thank you, Derek. Derek, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you just great.
Okay, great. Thank you. Well, thanks, Derek, for that intro. What I'm here to do today is talk about distributors' participation in Smart Irrigation Month. And just as a little bit of a preview, CPS got involved with the IA several years ago in trying to promote Smart Irrigation Month in our marketplace. And we were very intrigued by the contest and said, hey, what can we do as a distributor to get involved in the contest? And since then, boy, it's turned in a whole lot more for us than just a contest. So what I'm going to do today is kind of go through the things that CPS has done and maybe some of the benefits that we've derived from participating with the IA in Smart Irrigation Month initiatives. So if we can go to the next slide. The first thing that we wanted to do, and this was 2012, we went out last year and the state of Colorado proclaimed, our governor proclaimed Smart Irrigation Month, the month of July. and we received the proclamation from the governor's office. And the neat thing about that proclamation was it was a very big springboard for us to reach out to the water agencies around Colorado, reach out to the different associations within the state of Colorado, and let them know that we had worked for the proclamation and got that going, and that our state was recognizing this as an important initiative. So the springboard there was fantastic, and we'll talk a little bit more later in the presentation about what you can do in your state as well. So as a sidebar, CPS and the state of Colorado just gave us our 2013 proclamation just the other day, so we're very excited about that. So next slide. So one of the easiest things to do and the simplest things if you're a distributor out there and you're wanting to promote Smart Irrigation Month is to go on the IA resources at smartirrigationmonth.com, and you can look for a lot of the different things that are out there that are very simple ways to promote Smart Irrigation Month, and statement stuffers, labels, bumper stickers. There are other resources that we'll discuss a little bit later in this presentation. Okay. One of the things that we did internally as a company, we wanted to kind of get our people excited about Smart Irrigation Month. So we came up with our own little logo. We call it Get Smart, Water Smart. And it's something that kind of energized our people to say, hey, this is an initiative that's part of Smart Irrigation Month, but it's kind of our little internal logo. And we promoted this at all 11 locations for really the entire year, but mostly in the middle of the summer. So. Next slide. We participate and hold events that we call Counter Day barbecues. These are events where we have major manufacturers support us, and we invite our customer base in for come in and have a barbecue type thing, hamburgers, hot dogs, those types of things at different branch locations. And what we do there is we set up posters and we set up display tables with all kinds of great information about smart irrigation. And while we have those customers in our operations, we really want to make a big deal out of smart irrigation to help bring that awareness to the contractor base that we service. Next slide. Of course, getting the word out to the entire marketplace, we held a irrigation consultant event. Those are basically irrigation designers here in Colorado, and we had around 20 participants from all over the Front Range, which is a pretty good sized area for us. That's a good bit of the consultants in the Colorado market, and they came to a kind of it was a lunch and learn, but it was later on in the day, so it was about 3 o'clock to 7 p.m. and we talked a lot about smart irrigation, and it was also sponsored by one of our vendors, WeatherTrack, and they talked about some of the things that they provide product-wise, and it was a very successful event. Okay. Next slide. Getting the word out also for us includes reaching out on your website. Obviously, most of us do have websites these days. And it's very prevalent at the very front and center of our website, and that's primarily in the months of May, June, and July when we're really trying to ramp up recognition. So a great way to get the word out. Next slide. Social media. About 2 years ago, CPS really started going down the roads with social media in regards to Facebook. So about twice a week to 3 times a week we post on Facebook for our company, and oftentimes that smart irrigation message is put out there to the people that follow us on Facebook. Next slide. Of course, Twitter is another avenue. We do the same thing. We tweet multiple times a week, and a lot of times, especially in the heat of the season, that peak time, May, June, July, we're often tweeting about the benefits of Smart Irrigation Month or products that can be used, those types of things. Next slide. Point of purchase displays. This is a card that we had available at all of our counter locations. Our 11 locations all have a poster or some type of advertising that looks similar to this that says, hey, Smart Irrigation Month is upon us and it's time to get smart about water. And then we also talk about some of the manufacturers that are providing the products for Smart Irrigation Month. So point of purchase displays are really great ways to reach your customer. Next slide. Smart Irrigation Month, again, point of sale. If you'll notice on the photograph there, there are nozzles on the rack, and just above the nozzles there's a little card. And what we did was went around our branch locations, and we wanted to make sure that within the branch locations that we were letting people know what products were smart products. And so these little cards kind of indicated that. Next slide. Of course, the age-old use the mailers. If you're mailing to your customers, particularly around the May, June, July timeframes when we're sending mailers, we're always talking about Smart Irrigation Month at some place in our mailers. So this particular one shows smart products that are on sale or have specials associated with them for the month of July, and we offer July specials on smart products to our customers. Next slide. Using our e-newsletter, we've been doing an e-newsletter for many years now, and we've got quite a great following on our e-newsletter, and we often send information out about how to get involved, products to use, installation tips, manufacturers that support, all the different things associated with Smart Irrigation Month we get out in our e-newsletter regularly. Next slide. Using invoices and statements. First thing that we do is all of our employees have the Smart Irrigation Month logo, which is easy to get and copy and paste and put on your signatures. So when you're emailing around the industry people, you're allowing them to know that you're part of Smart Irrigation Month. And as well as that, we put Smart Irrigation Month on the bottom of our statements and our invoices, a very inexpensive way to just keep that logo and keep that word out in front of our customers. Next slide. Contractor Aids, this was our kind of way of sitting around. We brainstormed a little bit to say, hey, let's create some kind of funny, humorous type cards that we could have at point of sale for our customers so contractors could look at these. And of course you can see the very first one. It says, don't be a donkey, I guess. Don't irrigate in the rain. So just little hints about smart ways and different ways that you can be smart with water. We thought that was just a fun thing to do. So next slide. Getting the word out and promote at all of your events year-round. CPS does a lot of training through the off-season or winter months and educational classes at different times during the year. And anytime we're doing a training, we're talking about smart irrigation. Same goes with our local trade shows and our regional trade shows. If we're there and CPS is presenting or demonstrating or showing product, we are also promoting Smart Irrigation Month. Next slide. So one of the big questions that you might have as a distributor is why would you get involved in Smart Irrigation Month? These are just 3 reasons why we made the decision to really start focusing and allocating some of our time and energy to Smart Irrigation Month was, we really wanted to make a difference in our industry as a company, and we want our name associated with making a difference. To help inform your community about the importance of smart, about saving water. I think that's obviously critical to all of us that we are always out in front and be the leaders in that. And also to show the industry support and direction so as to lessen government involvement. We would just as soon be part of the solution behind Smart Irrigation Month and really be part of helping our industry kind of lead the way as opposed to having the government kind of lead the way. Next slide. And what's in it for our organization? It's been very beneficial for us in more than just these 3 ways. But obviously increase your sales of smart irrigation products is a no-brainer. If you're selling these products, you're obviously selling the other products that go along with it, and it's been a really nice benefit for our company. The perception of being a market leader is very important to our company, and we want to be the company that's out in front. And if you're a distributor out there thinking about getting more involved, this is a great reason to do it. And also customers recognize those companies that are leaders in the marketplace. And this day and age for distributors, it's all about, market share and winning your share of the marketplace. And this really helps us to do that. So great reasons why you might want to get involved. Next slide. That is the end of my presentation or my portion of this. And just some of the things that we did as a distributor, and I would encourage you all as distributors that this is such an important initiative that you would get behind this and do what you can do to promote Smart Irrigation Month. So the next presenter is Richard Restucia with Valley Crest, and a friend of mine and a colleague as well, and also someone that is really behind this initiative. So I will turn it over to Richard.
Well, thanks very much. This is Richard Restucia with Valley Crest, and I sure do appreciate the opportunity to present today and be a part of the Smart Marketing Contest in the past and going forward as well. So what I'd like to do is start with the next slide, please. And this leads into a little bit of a story. This was actually the second time in 3 years that we've won this award, and I mention that because after we did it the first year and we won, we really saw some benefits to a lot of different people and areas. First and foremost, one of the first benefits we saw was, and probably the most important, was actual water savings. We started to get the message out to customers and prospects. We started to track water usage after we got the July Smart Irrigation Month message out. And we actually started to see results, and that's fantastic to actually save water. Number two, the next thing we noticed was that our customer satisfaction scores were going up because naturally when we were saving our customers water, we're also saving them money. And that was making our customers very happy. So it was another great benefit. And then third, participating in the Smart Irrigation Month and getting the word out on a broad level really helped us bring in some new customers. So that happened after the first year, and we got busy with programs for the next couple of years as well. Now this past year when we won, we really took the approach that education was key. We wanted to educate as many people as we could on several different levels. So first and foremost, we wanted to be sure that we educated lawmakers because, as Lowell mentioned, we as an industry have a unique opportunity to take control of the water situations right now in the United States. And I know for sure that if we don't take control of it, we're going to start seeing some legislation created that we might not be happy with. So first, we wanted to get to Capitol Hill, meet with lawmakers, and help them understand that we are aware of the situation, and as an industry, as an irrigation association, we're doing a lot about it. Our next step then was to team up with some customers. Once again, we deal with a lot of property management companies who have multiple customers that we don't necessarily deal with or know us. But we tried to create a message that our customer could then spread to their customers, trying to, once again, broaden the reach of who we were sending the message of Smart Irrigation Month to. And we partnered with ASSOCIA, which is a property management firm that has over 7,000 associations under their management. We also use social media in a couple different ways that I'll explain in just a little bit. But social media, we have found, is a great way to mass broadcast messages, try to change, try to influence, and motivate people to change their water habits. And we've had a lot of success with that. We also used our blog, Valley Crest Takes On, as a way to spread this message. And then we also spent some time interviewing some leaders of commercial real estate, trying to get their perspective on what is happening with smart irrigation and water management, and more importantly, how to work better with commercial real estate to change the amount of water that they're using and decrease it. And then finally, we did a large internal promotion as well, because once again, we know if we can change habits of our own employees at home and on the job, we knew that would impact water use dramatically and also carry on to others that they are able to reach. Next slide, please. So in partnering with ASSOCIA, what was key to us is to make sure that we not only reach the ASSOCIA employees, but as I mentioned before, their customers as well. So we created first a press release that was released in a broad way, and actually was picked up by 6,100 different agencies, including agencies like MarketWatch and BusinessWire. We also used the same press release to send out to ASSOCIA property managers, who then in turn sent to their communities. Part of that press release and part of the information also included a free water analysis for any ASSOCIA property that was under management. Once again, this may be our customer, it may not be our customer, and we wanted to just get the reach out there to as many people as possible. When we were reaching people that weren't our customer, of course we got the benefit of being recognized as a leader in water management and have the ability to do these water analysis, which helped Valleycrest as well. We also did a cover story called Drop by Drop with Landscape Management Magazine, and in that story we talked a little bit about the relationship with ASSOCIA, and more importantly, the process we were using to get the word out about Smart Irrigation Month. And then we did a special landscape chat. Landscape chat's a chat that we've been doing Wednesdays from 11 to 12 for the last 2 years on Twitter. That's 11 to 12 Pacific time. We did a chat with ASSOCIA and talked on that chat about Smart Irrigation Month, and also discussed the ways that ASSOCIA was using it to better their customer service to the properties that they manage. Next slide, please. So we did the one Twitter chat with ASSOCIA, and that was really exciting and fun and interesting to see what happened there. And then we also did with Water Efficient Magazine another Smart Irrigation chat that was just specific to Smart Irrigation Month, and we invited some of the people that were on this call. Toro, HydroPoint, CPS was on as well, as few as a few others, and we invited all of them to come onto the chat that day in that hour and talk about ways they were promoting Smart Irrigation Month and what it meant to their companies. We really generated a lot of interest as a result of this, and we actually had 221,000 followers in that 1 hour. Now, a follower is somebody who's actually seeing the chat and seeing the messages, and we had over 882,000 impressions. Now, this means that somebody who was a follower seeing the chat could then retweet that impression, and we don't necessarily know who read it after that, but we do know that it reached 882,000 people's accounts in Twitter. Once again, we don't know if they read it or not, but we do know that we reached that type of audience. And if you think about that, 882,000 in 1 hour, it's an incredible number, and our whole industry benefits from this, as well as some potential water savings. Next slide, please. We also did a couple articles on Valleycrest Takes On. It's the blog we started about 2 years ago as well. And the first one was to focus on the trip that we took to Washington, our trip to the Hill, talk about some of the information and share the information that we learned in talking to lawmakers. We thought that was very well received from our audience. And then I also wanted to provide a do-it-yourself tip, and we did a blog on spray-to-drip conversions, along with some pictures that show actual plans, and that was very well received, and hopefully some of our customers and others learned how to do a drip conversion in that. Next slide, please. This is the interviews that we did at BOMA last year, and this was in late June. We actually interviewed 18 leaders of commercial properties, and when I say leaders, you can see some of the names here on this slide that actually were interviewed, and included like the incoming president and the outgoing president as well. So we really felt like we were touching some people that were really setting the direction for building owners and managers. In the 18, we heard a very unanimous opinion, and that opinion was, in the past, and talking about sustainability, most of these managers really focused on energy management. But they've gotten to the point now where they've spent enough time on energy management and enough dollars on energy management that they don't feel that investing any more dollars into energy is going to yield any kind of a result or savings that they're going to benefit from. And as a result, and this is the most interesting thing that I think you'll all think, is that the net result was they're switching now, and starting in 2013-14, they're going to put their focus on water. Now, as an industry, this is very good news for all of us, and once again, gives us the opportunity to partner with commercial properties to do what we can to promote smart water. Next slide, please. And then finally, we did add the Smart Irrigation Month email signature to our employee emails, and this was done by irrigation advisors, account managers, branch managers, regional managers across the board at Valley Crest. And when you think about how many emails are actually sent by a company a day and repeated for 30 days, it's really the numbers of people that you're actually touching with that Smart Irrigation Month message. It's actually quite large. And once again, over a month's period, it's not too long to where they don't see it anymore. It's something we were noticing our customers were mentioning that they actually saw it and were wondering, what that was about. So we really appreciated that we had that extra communication with our customers as well about smart irrigation. I think it helped us and the customers. Well, that concludes my portion of the presentation. Up next, I'd like to introduce Mike Barron from Toro. Mike is Mike's somebody who has been in the industry a long time. I know I've personally worked with Mike for the last 15 years and have learned a lot from him in that 15 years. He's somebody I really consider an expert in the area of irrigation. So with that, Mike, take it away.
Thank you very much. You can hear me, I think?
You bet.
Yes,
and
I can hear you.
Great. It's really a pleasure to represent Toro on this webinar. Water is key to the landscape industry, and what this program is designed to do and what the Irrigation Association has been supporting is just a new water ethic, a new recognition of the need for all of us to do our part to use water as efficiently as possible, to be part of the solution and not be seen as part of the problem. Well, for us, it started early in 2012 by adopting a theme that we introduced to our employees here at Riverside, and that was smart success without excess, recognizing that landscapes do have an important role in our society and bring a lot of benefits, but we must manage them with care and we must do it efficiently. By engaging the employees at the Riverside headquarters, we got everyone thinking what they could do to promote Smart Irrigation Month in the future. And of course, from a marketing perspective, we wanted to communicate with, reach, and educate major audiences that we deal with on a day-to-day basis. And of course, the first being contractors. And so we thought about what we could do to communicate and educate contractors, also distributors, because they really are our partners. They help us get our message to the marketplace. We support them with key products that improve irrigation efficiency. And of course, end users, the folks that make decisions to buy or not buy services and products from the contractors. And to round that out, then we reached out to water agencies, water purveyors, because they are the ones that are instituting these new budget-based tiered rates, which makes it more and more expensive for those end customers to waste water. And that is, of course, helping to make it possible to sell on an ROI basis retrofits and upgrades that do improve water use efficiency. Next slide, please. So with this, these four focal points, first I'd like to just review our contractor focus. And of course, financial incentives always get the attention of contractors, especially in these recent years with the economy being what it was. And so by working through our distributors and pulling contractors in to get these financial incentives on key products, wireless moisture sensors, precision technologies. We kicked off Smart Irrigation Month in July and offered these specials throughout the entire month. And of course, the key to this was, and if you'll go to the next slide please, was to provide the education through our distributors. And so we partnered with a number of distributors who also had similar goals, and that was to make contractors aware of and cities, local cities aware of new technologies that could help them manage their water resources more effectively and more efficiently. And so seminars either over lunch or at the end of the workday, hands-on training, recognition of how rebates could be obtained in those markets where rebates were available, whether it be Texas or California, Oregon, and Washington, because these water agencies are very interested in encouraging the adoption of these new smart technologies. And we see our role as a manufacturer to work through our distributors to help contractors take advantage of these available dollars, which in some states total multi-millions of dollars. So with the main direction of Smart Irrigation Month, which was to educate and encourage the adoption of these technologies and to grow demand at that end user level. Next slide, please. We also did something that really was somewhat unusual, at least in the recent past, and that was with the introduction of a wireless moisture sensor priced at about $195 list. The idea was to take this technology to the consumer base, and actually Toro ran an advertising campaign that went through ESPN for sporting events and Fox News. And we did drive some interest to our website, and this really did help us to reinforce Smart Irrigation Month on the website, with the advertisements being drawing people into our website. We also followed with a social media effort with tips of the day, which were designed to really provide short, concise pieces of information that could help end users, primarily homeowners, do things easily, cost effectively to save water and lower that peak demand that we see occurring in July for water. So all of those efforts combined help to communicate Toro's, we felt, our leadership in this water management arena, helping contractors, distributors, all participate more. And we think just listening to what these other folks have said, it's just amazing. It's very satisfying to see the progress that has been made with taking this message to so many different constituencies in many different ways. And each year it seems to grow, and certainly even if you've never done anything before, to just get started and take that message to your customer base would be a great thing. Next slide, please. Then finally, with water agencies out here in California, with all of the different rebate programs going on and different programs that are initiated by the water purveyors, we finished July with a symposium that we called Success Without Excess, Achieving 20 by 2020. Out here in California, there is a state initiative to reduce per capita consumption of water by 20% by the year 2020. And that was followed up in 2009 with actual a Senate bill legislation that encourages very strongly water purveyors to engage in educating homeowners and other consumers of water about efficient use, about where does water come from, what goes into water to deliver it, 24/7 to the end user. So we brought these folks together to share successes, progress towards achieving that 20 by 2020. And in recognition of that, we were very pleased to have a State of California Senate proclamation recognizing Toro for its efforts in sustainable water management. So what starts out as an effort to participate in a worthwhile endeavor, Smart Irrigation Month, with the Irrigation Association, actually becomes an integral part of the marketing strategy to deliver water-efficient products, education to the contractor market, to maintenance contractors, to installing contractors. And it really becomes more about that than actually, well, what do we need to do to win a contest? Because in the end, when we all participate, we get the power of participation. We touch many more faces out there. We influence more people, and we make tremendous progress in this quest to be very do things that are sustainable for the future and that manage water efficiently. So we plan to participate again. We highly recommend that everyone else do what they can, and that we together create a more sustainable future for our industry, which is what's very critical to all of us. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Chad. And Chad, I have to apologize because I don't remember your last name, but he's going to share with us some information about these state proclamations.
No problem. Thanks very much. My name is Chad Forsey, and I'm the State Affairs Director for the Irrigation Association. And I want to talk a little bit about what we're doing on the subject of state proclamations. And, you know, this year we're putting a much higher focus on reaching out to states and getting states to proclaim July 2013 as Smart Irrigation Month. In the past, we've had a few states that have participated and have proclaimed July as Smart Irrigation Month. But this year we're trying to get many more states to do that. And currently we've reached out to a number of folks, members of the Irrigation Association, to get some assistance with their state governments, and we're having success with that. And what we've done is we have helped our members by providing them with talking points and with a sample proclamation, language that can be used in any state proclamation to increase participation. And with that information, they can go to their state government and they can get assistance. And I have personally helped members to receive the information they need, the contact person in the governor's office, whether that's through a phone call or through an email or through an online form, to get the proclamation issued for July. So we're moving forward with that, and I'm happy with the progress that we're making right now. And at this point, we actually have efforts going on with members in the states of California, Colorado, Florida, Idaho, Indiana, Kansas, Michigan, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Texas, Virginia, and Wisconsin. These are states where IA members have stepped up to the plate and said, yeah, I will reach out to the governor's office and I will work to have July proclaimed as Smart Irrigation Month by my state. And we're working in a number of other states to that end as well. And so far, Colorado has already, for 2013, proclaimed July as Smart Irrigation Month. So we're happy with the progress that we're making. If you're on the call and your state was not one of the ones that I mentioned and you'd like to be a part of it and like to have July proclaimed as Smart Irrigation Month in your state, all you need to do is send me an email to chad@irrigation.org, or you can call me anytime on my cell, which is 717-645-9055. That's 717-645-9055, and I'll be happy to help you figure out who to contact in your state via the web or in a phone call and have July proclaimed as Smart Irrigation Month where you are.
Okay, thanks, Chad. This is Kathleen Markey. I'm Director of Marketing at Irrigation Association, and as you can see, we're really excited about the momentum that is already building around Smart Irrigation Month. And as you can see, or as you saw in the presentations and heard, there's lots of different ways and different levels at which folks can participate. In some cases, it can be as easy as using the SIM logo to start to get the Smart Irrigation Month logo to start to get the ball rolling and the word out. But I think what you've also seen are three companies, in fact, all of our winners, truly embraced Smart Irrigation Month. They integrated the messaging pretty much across everything they do, large and small. We've had very, very small contracting firms getting, everyone in the organization embracing it and putting on T-shirts. I think it, and we've heard, it gives a lot of companies an opportunity to engage their customers in ways they haven't before and have new conversations with them in terms of ways, best practices around smart irrigation technologies and products and services. And how did they all start? Well, we have, they've started with the resources that we have available on our website, and they've started, as early as the prior year or just a couple months before July. But don't wait too late, because the earlier you start, the easier it will be for you. So we're going to show you some resources that you have access to begin thinking about and planning your campaign. First of all, we have a Smart Irrigation Month website. You can get to it through the website here as well as through the IA website. We have a lot of free tools and resources. For those of you who are water providers on the line, we have a special toolkit just for the water providers as well. Overall, you'll find things like the Smart Irrigation Month logo that you can use. You'll find newsletters with water-saving tips, sample public service announcements, sample press releases, statement stuffers you can use as is, or you can adapt to your needs. We do have a nominal fee labels and bumper stickers that a lot of our folks have used to, put on their trucks and get, kind of have fun with, get people excited about it. And also ways, in fact, one of our winners last year, which is Water District Orange County in California, they really engaged their entire community at all ages and levels, and they really used the Kids Zone and coloring book and public puzzle pages to, spread the word at the youngest of ages, and they did a great job there. So the other thing we have for you is a list of all of our Smart Irrigation Month committee members as a resource for you, because if you don't find what you're looking for, or you're not quite sure what next steps might be to start the ball rolling in your organization, feel free to contact any of our committee members. You might know some of them or know someone who knows them. Also, please feel free to contact myself as well as Eric Horvath. He's our communications manager here. And on this slide, you will see our email addresses, so feel free to contact us. By the way, everyone participating in the survey will be sent this full set of PowerPoints, so you'll have those to look at later. In the end here, we invite you to get involved. As I said, we're really excited this year. We have a lot of energy around Smart Irrigation Month. It's a great platform. The more folks that get involved, the stronger our message is as an industry to talk about smarter ways to do things. And don't forget, as you're planning your campaign, we know a lot of people participate, but they don't enter the contest. And the contest gives you lots of recognition. So think about the contest ahead of time and document what you're doing. And don't forget to set up success measures. As you've heard from Lowell and Mike and Richard, they were able to kind of look at a before and after of, how it benefited them, as well as the bigger picture of benefiting the industry and their customers overall. So it's a feel good, but it also can really work for you and your business. If you're really interested in Smart Irrigation Month, every year at our irrigation show in the fall, we look at our committees, and some people are come off the committee, so we're always looking for people that might be interested in coming on the committee, so you can think about that. And in short, we hope you think about making Smart Irrigation Month part of your organization and setting examples with your employees, your community, and the industry. That's our presentation for today. We thank you again for your time. And if you have any questions, again, use the chat bubble. We're going to take a look at those, and we will go ahead and answer those in turn. So we're pulling that up right now. Let's see. Do we have any Any questions? Are we sure we're pulling up the chat button? Okay. Any questions for Richard or Mike or Lowell about how they got started, how they may have, how they got buy-in within their organization to get it moving? All right. No questions? Derek, would you like to say a few words? Or do we have Derek on? All right. Would any of the, Richard or Mike or Lowell, would any of you like to say any words?
This is Richard. I'd just like to thank everybody for their time this afternoon, and once again really encourage them to get involved with the Smart Irrigation Month for what it'll do for the environment, for water, for the IA, and what it'll do for their business as well. Thank you.
Okay, terrific. Well, if you're too shy to type your question on the screen, please don't forget to get in touch with myself, Kathleen Markey, or Eric Horvath. Shoot us a message, or simply go to our website and start thinking about things you all might be able to do this year for your campaign. And we're leaving you a little early this afternoon, so thank you again. And we look forward to seeing you out there and looking at